Hi, I'm going to show you how to move Crystalis to a new location. Because of the way I raise monarchs, I do it through these little containers, and then I make room for new babies by putting them in a different type of enclosure, so when they hatch they can stretch their wings out. Or if you have one that's a little diseased or something and you want to give it a chance and move it outside, you can easily move them to a location for whatever reason. A little bit of a forewarning, if you don't have great dexterity or really shaky hands, this is not really an appropriate thing for you to do because you want to be extremely careful every step of the way as you do it. It's not something to be scared of, but it's something that you should be aware of so that you are as careful as possible, because if you drop the chrysalis, you're potentially damaging the butterfly inside. So I will show you what you need to do. You need a pair of sharp scissors, a little block of beeswax, some thread, like you would use for a sewing machine, any color, it doesn't really matter. You could also use non-flavored dental floss, as long as it's non-flavored and there are no chemicals, that should be fine, but I just prefer using these. A little dish of water, a Q-tip, and a very sturdy stick. Now I prefer bamboo because bamboo, if you do a break test, bamboo doesn't break. It's very, very strong. You can use a different type of stick as long as you know it's not going to break. It's good. It's good for the process. I put it in a little mug full of sand. That's just the way I do it. All right. So we'll get started here. So first, I'm going to take some thread and I'm going to run the thread through the beeswax. I've already washed my hands, so that is something you should do before you start this. So I'm going to run it through a couple of times. I don't want it to be caked on there, but I do want it to be tacky. All right, that should be fine. Yep, feels good. All right. I'm going to tie a really loose little knot, just like so, and leave it aside. I take my Q-tip, I dip it in a little water, and just so you can see, I'll move this real quick. There's a little bit of silk, well actually a lot of silk, that was spun so that the caterpillar can make contact with the surface of whatever container you're using. When I do this, I do not rub the silk too close to the chrysalis, because I really want some of the silk to come off with it. That is ideal. Now, if you can't get any silk with it, it's not the end of the world. You could still tie it, but you have to be really good about tying it. The silk is great because we're gonna wrap it with the thread. So I just slip it through. I give it a little tug. Oh, this is great. A lot of silk came off. So what I do is I just twist the silk right onto the thread. That is a really solid bond. I feel pretty confident it's going to stay there just fine. And then I pick a little branch and I tie it on. Alright, if you have a lot of chrysalis, I don't like to crowd them, because as they start to hatch, you want to give them plenty of room to spread their wings. You notice I have a couple different branches here. That's because these are going to hatch at different times. And sometimes, if I know I'm not going to be home in the morning when they're going to be hatching, I'll take one of the sticks that has that batch and I'll move that outside for the day so I don't have to rely on anybody to release them for me. And there you go. You have a little summer Christmas tree. Can you see some of them already hatched? It's really a pleasure to enjoy them in this enclosure and let them free. You know, you can educate your family, your friends, the public. Try to get people to plant milkweed, very important. I hope that this was informative for you. Thank you. Take care.